Hello one and all, welcome back to yet another movie review, and this time I shall be reviewing 28 Years Later, which is directed by Danny Boyle. This is the newest film in this 28 Days Later series. The first one was 28 Days, the second one was 28 Weeks Later, and this one stars Ralph Fiennes. It stars Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Jodie Comer, and Alfie Williams. So guys, I have been trying to fit in some movies that I missed out last year. For instance, Karate Kid Legends and also Shelby Oaks. Been trying to think of some reviews that I've not done yet. And I think since that the fourth 28 Days Later film, 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, which is now apparently a trilogy, 28 Years Later is a trilogy. The second film, The Bone Temple, is coming out very, very soon. So I just thought, why not do 28 Years Later? So it's been 3 decades since the Rage virus escaped from a biological weapon laboratory, still living in a ruthless enforced quarantine. Some have found ways to emit the infield. One such group of survivors lives on a small island connected to the mainland by a single heavily defeated causeway. When one of decides to vulture into the dark heart of the mainland, he soon discovers a mutation that has spread to not only the infected but other survivors as well. And that is pretty much to sum up 28 Years Later. If you're wondering what I think of the first two, yes, I have seen those movies. 28 Days Later, which was also directed by Danny Boyle, very, very good film. And I also do enjoy 28 Weeks Later as well. This one is definitely not as good as those first two movies. However, I thought this was pretty solid, honestly. I thought this had some great filmmaking in there. But by far the standout of this movie is Alfie Williams. He was fantastic. He stole the whole movie. And yet, I think, as far as child performances go, he is one of the best I've seen in quite a while. And the way, I will get into the filmmaking bit now, the way the filmmaking is just so good. Like, whenever there's action going on, there's like times whenever arrows are shooting, it kind of cuts a little bit, and then it's just handled extremely well. Also, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, who plays Jamie, who is the father in this movie. And I guess spoilers in case you haven't seen this movie. In the first half of the movie, he is the majority of the movie, but then later on, in about within an hour, he's kind of out of the picture until he sort of comes back near the end. But who you do see later on after an hour, Ralph Fiennes, who plays Dr. Ian and Kelson, I thought was excellent in the movie. Ralph Fiennes is a great actor, can do no wrong. I mean, from Harry Potter, from Voldemort, Harry Potter to James Bond, and now in a horror series, the film 28 Years Later. Like, I thought the way he looked in this movie was fantastic. And I think Jodie Comer, who's somewhat the mother figure of the movie, she was excellent in this movie. And here's what I will say though, we'll get into some negatives because I see a lot of people don't like this very much, and I can truly understand, because this movie does not feel very complete, as it should, particularly with the ending. Like, whenever it ended, I was just like, okay. And then there's also times in the movie where I feel like it dragged. But hey, maybe with the Bone Temple and possibly even the third film, which Danny Boyle is going to direct, he's not directing a Bone Temple. So overall, guys, that's pretty much all I've got to say about 28 Years Later. I think it's a pretty good. It's not a great film, but I think it's a very solid enough new film to this 28 Days Later series. I think the characters are great in their roles. The actors are great in their roles, should I say. I think Danny Boyle is a pretty solid director. I haven't seen very many of his movies, but for what I'm looking at, this movie and 28 Days Later, I think he's a pretty solid director. And I think those next two movies after this, I think they could possibly enhance this, but we will see. I'm going to give 28 Years Later a B. There you go, guys. That is my review on 28 Years Later. So comment down below what you guys think of this movie amongst the 28 Days Later series. In your opinion, let me know below in the comments. As always, guys, if you're new, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe. More importantly, like and subscribe anyway, and notify that bell before you leave. All my social media links are in the description below. But if you're a returner, welcome back and hope you're enjoying my content so far. And as always, until my next video, I shall see you then, and peace.